know a person who has not healed completely will struggle to give that love to somebody. The person who is afraid of being vulnerable would struggle to commit to somebody else. A person who has not completely come out of a situation he found himself in would be in a position not to appreciate genuine love when they found it. And in most cases, you find yourself questioning your well-being, asking questions like, am I being too much? Am I being overbearing? Meanwhile, it was never about you. They were just not ready to give you that commitment you so desire. Every little thing you did and seek of them felt like a burden to them, because they still carry this burden of past relationship. They still carry this burden of the things and the hurts they felt in their previous relationship, and they bring it. And someone whose heart is not properly healed would be unable to love somebody genuinely. These are the things you should know when you find yourself in a situation where you have to question your sanity, when you have to question the love they bring to the table, the commitment and the affection they bring towards the relationship. You were never too hard to love. They were just not ready to love you. You get into a relationship where you have to give your attention, your love, and everything within your powers and your ability just to see that relationship work. But all you got was the barest minimum. Sometimes a lot of people are comfortable with receiving attention, care, love, affection, and everything that can make a seemingly love relationship seem perfect. But when the coin flips, they are not ready to be committed. They are not ready to give you that comfort. They are not ready to give you that assurance. Commitment to them seems like doing too much. When you seek clarity, they tell you you are overreacting. And all you seek is just the norms, the normal things people do in a relationship that keeps a relationship going and working. Then it gets to a point you begin to question yourself. Am I being too hard on him? Am I pushing too hard? Or am I expecting too much? Or could I really be the problem? Am I becoming a pressure to him? But in the actual sense, you are actually demanding for accountability. A lot of people want to be loved, but they're not ready to be accountable, because some of them carry the pain of previous relationship. Some of them are so used to ordinary that something real seems like a threat to them. You see a person that tells you they are ready for commitment, but when they finally get into a committed relationship, the steps that are to be taken to ensure that relationship thrive are the same thing they struggle to keep with. When they weren't in a relationship, they found it very easy to pick up their phones, to reach out to loved ones, to reach out to friends. But they got into a committed relationship, and just because they believe they are in a relationship with someone who understands, with someone who can tolerate on about everything, they see themselves losing the potentials they once had, and it becomes a detrimental factor to you. Because you expect them to check up on you, you expect them to reciprocate the love you give. But these are the things you struggle with. And when you finally make your emotion known, it seems you are doing too much. They don't want to be committed. They're scared. They are scared of commitment. They're scared of, doing things that would make you happy. They're rather concerned with receiving than giving. It becomes way too much for you to ask for certain things. It becomes way too much for you to ask for things that gives you happiness. Things like comfort, holding hands, going out on a date. All these things seems just too much for them to keep up with. They begin to come up with excuses of they've been too busy. You never can be too busy to check up on loved ones. You never can be too busy to send messages to someone you really care, for someone you really feel connected to. And then it dawns on you that it was just you. It was just a one-sided thing. Maybe you were carried away with their beauty, or carried away with the things they gave, or carried away with the affluence and the comfort you found yourself in. You gave too much until you began to shrink. Then it suddenly hits you. It seems it's a one-sided thing, and then you begin to set series of tests, and they fail all these tests. You wake up in the morning, you expect certain things to go the way you want, and it doesn't go that way. You kept on holding on to the fact that maybe if you try harder, things will fall in place. Maybe if you give them more of your attention and your love, things will fall in place. But it's not about you. It has never been about you. They've just not been emotionally mature to handle the kind of situation they are in now. They are so used to the ordinary that consistency and commitment feels like a threat to them. They sometimes in their silence enjoy the moment they have with you, but they also feel choking, not because you are overbearing or over demanding, but because they don't want to level up to that responsibility of being committed. They so enjoy their free life. They want to go out as at when please. They don't want to be answerable or accountable to anyone, because that's the life they are used to. So it has never been about you. It has always been about they not being ready to handle the kind of person you are. If you find yourself in situations like this, it is better you discuss these things, analyze it, and know what is best for you. And if there are no visible changes, it is always preferable to choose your peace of mind, to choose your sanity over things that will cost you your dignity and your emotional welfare. To have a wonderful day.